SUNY Delhi, Uni 100, November 8th, 2024. Congratulations on beginning your college journey. I am here today to answer some questions that I wish that I knew before beginning my first semester. Before I begin, let me say that I was going into my first semester once too, and much like you are now, probably you don't care that much about what I have to say. Well, too bad, because here it goes anyway. What do you wish that you knew at the beginning of the semester that you didn't? Well, for me, I would say that I wish that I took the advice that everybody was telling me that would be pretty difficult, as I thought it would be a breeze, and the beginning didn't really study much for anything, and I will dive into that later in the video. So simply just to put it in simple terms, I would say never let up and study every single day if you want to be successful academically. How has your perspective changed in the beginning of the semester? So my perspective changed when I was hit by a social and academic life balance, because at the beginning of the semester I put way too much time in the social side of things and not nearly enough time into the academic side of things, as my most difficult class, Animal Anatomy and Physiology, I was not studying for that at all, and I really needed to be studying for multiple hours per day in order to be retaining any of the information I was learning in lectures and labs. So when the midterms came around, I was failing the class already. I did not do so hot in the midterms, so I kind of got my wake-up call when that happened. So by digging myself into my own grave, if you will, because I spent way too much time with my friends not studying, I kind of had to reverse that, if that makes sense, and not much time with my pals and studying way more. Like I was always in the library in between classes, in the morning, at night, up until I went to sleep, because I had to put in the work to do well for this class. So I would simply say, don't be like me and balance your time right out of the get-go, so you can have fun and be a student at the same time, which will make it so you won't be stuck in that situation that I was. So how did I get into this situation? So back in high school, I ran cross country for 5 years and I really enjoyed it. So I decided to take a chance on myself and see if I was good enough to run at the college level. After talking to the coaches, I committed in February of my senior year. It was great. I got to campus early as an athlete and met the team, and the rest is history. Sadly, no. I wish it was that simple. For you see, the first 2 weeks I didn't have to deal with anything. No classes, just hanging out and running. Well, that took a turn for the worse as it caught up to me when classes did end up rolling around. For you see, I was already in a groove, which I found pretty hard to break. Instead of studying, I was investing all my time into running and hanging out. I mean, it was pretty easy. The only issue is that my major is veterinary science, which means I have to study a lot. The guys weren't in veterinary science. They were in construction management, sports management, and business, for example. It got so bad that, as I mentioned, I was failing Animal Anatomy and Physiology, and you need to pass that class in order to move on to next semester. I was not about to have to go back home for the upcoming winter and spring, so that left me one choice: quit the team. I know that's extreme, but that's how dire the situation was. By doing so, I was able to put a plan in place to balance my time by putting the needed amount of work into studying. By doing so, I achieved a solid passing grade on my next exam, which gave me a chance to run one last race. So that leads me to my next question. If you could do the semester over, what would you do differently? And is there anything you would do differently going into next semester? So I would definitely get out in front of everything from the beginning. As I mentioned previously, it took me a long time to get in front of my academics, so I will definitely be using a plan that I have created, to finish up my first semester, next semester, to balance my time in a nice, good way, so that I can be good academically and still have enjoyable time socially. So I would definitely recommend that you all do the same. So in high school, I had pretty good time management skills, so I thought college would be pretty much the same. However, when I came to college, that all changed. So I would definitely recommend, in order to keep the same plan in place, would definitely be to develop some strategies or tools that would be helpful, such as if you want to have good time management skills, for example, you might want to make a plan for each week, or more specifically the day. As in, like, today, from like for example 10 to 2, I'm going to do this assignment, to take this online test, and study this unit for this test that's coming up. So if you have that plan in place every single day for like a week, that'll give you time to balance your studies and allow you have time for a social life too, because you don't want to be in your room or in the library studying all the time. You want to have fun and enjoy the college experience as well. Like, that's part of the reason you came and left home for, right? Lastly, is there anything else I think new freshmen should know? Well, to put in simple terms, I would just say believe in yourself. Don't let other people push you around and push you away from your dreams. And most importantly, just take this one in. Take the advice other people give you. What they say, really take it in, because they're coming from experience most of the time, and they have learned from their past errors and mistakes, such as myself, and they're really there to support you, and they want you to succeed. Also, go use the resources provided by the college, such as your academic advisor, peer tutoring, counselors, health centers, all of that, and really take advantage of all the benefits they have in place for you. And most importantly, you got this. And I know college might be scary for some of you, but don't worry. It's not like you'll be abducted by aliens or anything. Am I right? Okay, have a good one, guys.